Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Terry McClannon. I'm an Associate Dean in the Reich College of Education, and it's my honor to welcome you today to the doctoral hooding ceremony. As an alumni of the doctoral program here at Appalachian, I've been where you're seated today. Congratulations. It's a wonderful day. Enjoy the day. This is your time. And I'm proud to be part of this ceremony. I'd like to begin by personally congratulating each of you on reaching this incredible milestone in your academic and professional careers. Being hooded marks a culmination of the doctoral journey that you've been on. I know that you've gone through many obstacles, hurdles, and many opportunities to learn from each other, from your faculty members here today. So enjoy this time. I would also like to take an opportunity to thank and congratulate the faculty, staff, family members, and friends who are here today and who provided that never wavering support for you throughout your time in our program here. We recognize that our students were not on this journey alone. Without many of these supports, encouragement, and sacrifices on behalf of our family, friends, and colleagues, many of us might not be here today. So students, please join me as we give thanks to our faculty, friends, and colleagues who are here today to support you. Upon graduating today, you will be joining over 200 graduates from our doctoral program. As a graduate, you are joining those of us who we reference as first to lead, because part of your program here has taught you to be leadership, to be advocates. We're very proud of the way our doctoral graduates serve and are equity-minded and change agents in everything that they do. To paraphrase from Tom Brokaw, you're educated. You may think this is your ticket to a good life, but let me ask you to think of it as in an alternative way. Think of it as your ticket to change the world. So I challenge each of you to go forth and impact your respective communities through your leadership and the knowledge that you've gained throughout this program. I challenge you to be intentional in all that you do, to be informed, to be an informed advocate for yourselves, your profession, and those who might not be able to advocate for themselves, to practice inclusive excellence, to stay interconnected with your peers, your professors, and your college. Be proud of your accomplishments and your commitment to becoming change agents that strive to help others to succeed. Know that all of us gathered here today are so proud of you, and we look forward to hearing of the great things and future successes that are in your future. Our best wishes accompany you as you receive your doctoral hood and your diplomas today. I wish you much success and happiness. I'll leave you with a quote from Audrey Hepburn. Nothing is impossible. If you look closely at the words itself, impossible, it says, I'm possible. The possibilities are limitless for you all. I wish you the best. Congratulations.
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Dr. Ross Goski, Acting Associate Dean from the Cradis D. Williams School of Graduate Studies here at Appalachian State. On behalf of the Cradis D. Williams School of Graduate Studies, our Dean, Dr. Marie Hopeful, and all of our staff, we congratulate you today as you earn your doctoral degree. Many of us have had the opportunity to work with you as you've worked toward this day and this great achievement. And it is our pleasure to celebrate with you today. We especially thank your college, your program, your faculty, your families and friends for their mentorship and support. And we are proud to call you alumni of our great university today. We look forward to celebrating your future successes as well. Congratulations.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you today. This is a glorious day to celebrate and honor our new doctors. In marking this day, the most important thing I want to express is gratitude. And gratitude, by the way, is a research-based practice, thanks to Dr. Audrey. I am grateful I am grateful that we can be here together, a little bit closer than 6 feet apart and a little bit bigger than a Zoom tile. I'm grateful for the doctoral team who made this event possible, Elizabeth Hayes, Libby Clary, Chris Osmond, for all they've done to make this day possible. My appreciation as well, Dr. Terry McClannon, Dr. Melba Spooner, for their advocacy for the doctoral program, Dr. Ross Goski, Dean Marie Hopeful, for their support of doctoral students in the School of Graduate Studies. As Dr. McClannon mentioned, earning a doctoral degree takes an ecology of support, as Dr. Aaron West knows well. Thinking ecologically, I want to share my gratitude with the faculty, the dissertation chairs and committee members who dedicated hours and hours and pages of critical guidance, sometimes more than our dissertation writers wanted. But it was really important and good work. Dr. Jackson, Dr. Hofsas, Dr. McClure, Dr. Howard, Dr. Bolt, Dr. Thomas Reed, Dr. O'Shea, thank you all. And my gratitude to the partners, the children, the mothers, the fathers, the friends, and the colleagues, all of you who gave our students time to read, time to write, time to think. You listened to their crazy ideas. You listened to their frustrations in the hard moments when they said, I can't do this, and you said, you can. And you kept asking them, so when are you going to finish that dissertation? Thank you for asking. It worked. Thank you. Thank you for all the ways you supported our doctors in making. Thank you for all the time you gave them to us, and we're going to give them back. And thankfully, most gratefully, y'all, our graduates, the ones who did the work, the long and hard work of becoming a scholar practitioner. My gratitude for your intelligence, your strength, and your commitment. In any year, I'd be grateful for the work doctoral students do, but there was something special in this set of dissertations that addresses the core values of the doctoral program. Many of your projects analyze the discourses and dynamics of exclusion. You ask questions, hard questions, about who belongs and who doesn't belong, about how we construct narratives, policies, and systems that shape lines of inside and outside. You ask questions about the exclusion of women from leadership positions, about the exclusion of Latina experiences in higher education, about the exclusion of queer bodies and disabled bodies, about the exclusion of girls and children of color from technology learning, about the exclusion of art making, and nature from educational practice. In doing this work, in doing this analysis, you've already moved, and in many cases, even begun to erase lines of exclusion. You've already opened spaces of inclusion and possibility. You've made educational policy and practice different. And for that, all of us are grateful. With your research and your leadership practice, you've affirmed your belonging here, your belonging today. You belong here today as graduates of this program, as doctors of educational leadership. Now, technically, you can't put that on your license plate or your business card until the diploma comes in the mail. It may not be today. For some of you, it's a few weeks. Some of you, it's a couple more months. So stay humble a little bit longer. By earning this degree, you've already changed what belongs in educational research. The questions you've asked belong. The poetry you write belongs. The stories you narrate belong. The metaphors you employ belong. The art you create belongs. And you know what? There's something reciprocal that also happens, a kind of mutual belonging, co-authorship, co-ownership. I'm not just talking about Doctors Burry and Nava Eget. It's all of us. Because now, after all this work, you belong to your questions. You belong to your theory, your poetry, your art, your metaphors, your analysis, your implications. You belong to your questions. You've earned this doctrine, and it will always belong to you. And now that it belongs to you, you belong to so much more. That's what we celebrate today. All right, I'd like to invite Dr. Rebecca Burry, then Dr. Kimberly Nava Eget, Dr. Maria Concepcion Genevieve Hernandez to share their reflections.
Gotta adjust it. Good afternoon. A couple of weeks ago, we were tasked with writing a collaborative speech, and fortunately for Rebecca and I, we're used to
finishing up each other's sentences. So first and foremost, like has been said before, we would like to acknowledge our supportive family and friends who are here celebrating with all of us. And we appreciate the encouragement and the continued support to make us finish, to help us finish, that we receive from each one of you.
Gracias a nuestras familias y amigos por su amor durante este tiempo. Estoy agradecida por su apoyo durante este camino difícil. As Rebecca and I have been processing our experience throughout our time at Appalachian State, and we have reflected on how this program has truly impacted us as leaders and coaches in our respective districts. My misconception was that pursuing an EDD would magically make me an expert in the field. After all, in my experience, the title of doctor is held with high regard. What happened instead was that the educational leadership program forced me to confront my core values and refine my leadership role. The professors that facilitated our coursework and supported our dissertation work stretched our thinking and centered what they saw in us. I was already a leader. This program nurtured my passion for instructional technology, equity, and social justice in ways that I didn't anticipate, but I'm truly grateful for.
So entering the program, we both realized that we had a passion for instructional technology and how to integrate that into the curriculum and bringing to life the learning for all of our students. Throughout the program, and lots of readings and instruction and conversations with our cohort and conversations with each other, we found the theory to support the way that we lead in our schools with technology integration. We found that our passion work became our dissertation, and it brought to life the skills and the knowledge that we learned throughout this program. As we continue on our journeys with our new titles, we will move from our theory into practice, and our challenge now for all of us will be to accept our role in our respective spaces and places as leaders in our field. Though we will not have our cohort or instructors to collaborate with each semester, we are still connected by the work that we have witnessed in one another.
As instructional technology facilitators in the first completely online cohort, we both experienced what we knew online learning could be like. Our cohort was able to think deeply, share with vulnerability, and work collaboratively in ways that being face-to-face may not have been possible. We're both grateful for the relationships we built with our other doctoral students and the accessibility of this coursework by being online for working parents like ourselves, but also for the ability to complete the first collaborative dissertation at Appalachian State. We hope that our work is a testament of the heart of what online learning is and can continue to look like for others.
So we wouldn't be true doctoral graduates without including a quote. So Margaret Wheatley wrote, "Very great change starts from small conversations held among people who care." So Kimberly and I started our conversations with how we could improve our work as coaches. And then it led to our meaningful dissertation work that created changes in both of our school districts. So as we all celebrate today, let us be reminded that our small conversations can lead to changes that we wish to see in our schools, our organizations, and our communities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, mine will be a little bit different than that one. Before I begin, I want to acknowledge that the land we stand on is native. It was once governed and cared for by the Cherokee, the Yuchi, and Monoton peoples. White supremacy created a legacy of violence that inhumanely removed these indigenous tribes from their original lands. It continues to erase their histories and traditions to support white settler narratives. As a person with mestiza, Lencan, and European heritage, I own my position as a complex being who comes from both the oppressor and the oppressed. My existence is the result of a long history and continued trends of racial violence. I work to learn about these transgressions and contribute to the healing. And the reason why this is important is because a lot of my dissertation work and what I learned in the doctoral program is that healing is part of the educator's role and can be a form of transformative change. Feminist educators of color like Lorian Saltua, Sarah Ahmed, Bell Hooks teach us that educators cannot and should not be divided. Our souls, bodies, minds, when united, when given the chance to thrive in wholeness and fullness, can create transformation not only in our lives, but in our communities as well. The doctoral program recognized the knowledge and experience that each of the graduates here today brought with them into their classrooms and into their fields. For the first time in my higher education career of now 15 years, I was given the space to fully explore my creative thoughts in order to build onto that knowledge that brought me to this doctoral journey to begin with in 2018. When I was little, my mommy asked me at the end of each year what I wanted to be when I grew up. And each year, I mean, this is 4, 5, 6-year-old, I said I wanted to be a doctor and a teacher. So standing before you here today means that I realized both of these childhood dreams. Many young children aspire to be like those who raised them, to follow in the great footsteps of those who came before them. My name is Maria Concepcion Hernandez. Soy la hija de Doctora Blanca Elisa Hernandez, and I was born the daughter of Blanca Elisa Lindell Hernandez, who was born in San Salvador, El Salvador. She is the daughter of Dr. Joaquin Hernandez Callejas. He was born in Chinameca, El Salvador. I was the first in my family to be born and raised in the United States, and I am the third generation of educators and doctorates in my family. Judging from the dissertation titles, I believe that many of you know how statistically rare my testimony is. Less than 1% of Latinas in the United States earn a doctorate, and in my family, there are 2. On this stage, we had 2. I'm immensely blessed and humbled by the tremendous gravity of this legacy. And all that said, as I face all of you today, I carry with me a great sense of gratitude and hope. Thanks is owed to everyone present here today, to the graduates for their diligence, to our mentors for their care, to our instructors for their patience, to our loved ones for their support, to our students for the inspiration and aspirations. May they forever guide us forward.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to keep this fairly short. It's my great honor today to be hooding both of these newly minted doctors. Education is the result, education is the result of change, and change is the result of deciding to make that change. I have been lucky to be a partner with these two as they have decided to rock the boat a little bit at App State. They came to us and decided they wanted to do a collaborative dissertation, something App State had never done before. But I am one that is always willing to take on a challenge and to rock that boat a little bit as well. And so with the help of these two, I was lucky enough to just be in that boat while they did the work. I can't tell you how pleased I am to see the result that has happened with their work, and truly look forward to maintaining a collegial and friendly relationship with them as they move forward and make those changes and continue to rock that boat.